Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Nizzy's Sports Chat. I am your host, Nizzy, and in this video, we're just going to be discussing the Raptors game yesterday against OKC, where the Raptors were able to come back in the second half and take the game by a score of 112 to 106. What a game, you guys. Talk about the Battle of Montreal last night, eh? Had Storts from OKC go off for 29 points. Boucher, another Montreal product, go off for 31 points and 12 boards. And then we had Khem Birch, another Montreal product, get 7 points and 6 boards for us there. So yeah, the Battle of Montreal last night, you guys. It was an exciting game. The Raptors had a terrible first half. Basically the first and second quarter, those first about 5-6 minutes of each of those quarters, we were just atrocious. Pretty much missing every shot we could. Our bench was really slow to start out the game when they came in at the end of the first quarter there. Had a really rough stretch. Stanley Johnson and DeAndre Bembry were costing us majorly with the turnovers. I think I'd looked at the stats after they had come off the floor in the second quarter, and they both only played about between 5 and 7 minutes, and they had six turnovers combined. They each had 3 turnovers apiece in like 6-7 minutes of playtime, which was just terrible. They just could not dribble the ball worth crap. They're making bad passes, leaving their feet when they're driving to the rack, and then trying to sling it out to 3 and just throwing the ball away. So yeah, not a very good first half from them. Really not a good game from Bembry at all. Stanley Johnson really helped out in the third quarter, really started using his physicality, played a lot better the third quarter, didn't turn the ball over the rest of the game after that first stint he was in the first half there. Not the start we were looking for. I was a little nervous, you guys. I thought we were going to lose this game after the way we started in the first half, going down by 8 by halftime. But no, we pushed back good, had a great second half, never gave up. Boucher came in super clutch at the end. He had 21 in the first half. It was a crazy first half between the two Montreal products. Him and Stort were just going off on each other. It was epic to watch. A lot of fun, especially being a Canadian, to see some Canadian talent really thriving. So really enjoyed watching those guys duel it out in the first half. They both cooled down big time second half. Dortz only had a few points in the second half. Boucher had 10 points. They all came in the fourth, actually. He was just super clutch, making those shots at the end of the game for us to take home the victory. So really proud of him and the way he performed yesterday. We needed somebody to step up. Gary Trent also stepped up big time. I think he had like 23 points. He had 5 steals as well, which was huge. He was just a juggernaut on the defensive end, which was great to see. And I only expect him to keep getting better with his shot and everything as he's getting back in the rhythm here after missing a couple games. So great game from him as well. Rough one for Paul Watts in this game after going off for 30 in the last one there. Ended up going for 0 points. Still pitched in a little bit, right? He had 4 boards and 5 assists, so he wasn't useless out on the floor. Just unfortunately the shot was not falling for him tonight, or last night I should say. Just couldn't get anything to go in. Was getting lots of clean looks, lots of good shots from 3. Made a couple bad decisions just to try and force it and drive to the rack into double coverage there, where he's got 2 defenders in the paint waiting for him. And he kind of lost the ball a couple times on plays like that. But overall, just a bad shooting night for him. Not going to chalk it up to anything else than that. Still helped us out in other areas on the floor. We did shoot 44% from 3-point range, which is huge. Especially because we are a team that shoots so many threes. We pretty much live and die by the 3-point. So it was good to have a good shooting percentage from 3 last night, especially because our field goal percentage was, I think we only shot 38 from the field, but 44 from 3. So we're missing lots of easy layups. Even Khem Birch, man, I think he finished 2 for 9. So did everything else really well. He still got 7 points, but should have been a little more there. He missed a couple easy layups under the basket or little putbacks that he just couldn't get to go. Freddie Gillespie did another nice job, though. I think he shot 4 for 4, 10 points again. Second double-digit game that he's had now. Yeah, just real solid presence off the bench for us again. Not missing his shots. He's got nice soft hands, man. The guy can really put the ball in the hoop around the basket. Nice soft touch around the basket. Can take the pass as well in the pick and roll. And I'm just loving the screens that these guys are setting. Him and Birch are just setting awesome screens for us. I mean, just watching these OKC guys get knocked flying back on their ass, and they're looking for the call from the refs, but there isn't one because our guys are just locked in. Their screen's set beforehand. They're not moving late to try and set the screen. And they're just big-bodied dudes, so when those guys are coming full sprint trying to cut around them, they're just getting bowled right over. So I'm loving the screening that we're getting from those guys. As well as the boards, we out-rebounded them 47-46. And once again, we won. Rebounding, man, has been huge for us lately. So it's been nice to see these guys getting more boards. And it's not just been our centers, man. It's been the entire team starting to box out better. The entire team putting in the effort to get those rebounds, fighting, scrapping on the ground for the board. And that's what we want to see, man. We don't want to see these guys standing around staring at the rim, seeing where the ball's going to bounce. You got to be preparing for the block out and the box outs. You got to prepare for the box out, so that way someone from your team can get that board, right? Even if you ain't getting the board, then box somebody out. So we're doing a lot better job of that, which is nice to see. Recovered really nicely from our first half because it was an atrocious first half. Lots of turnovers from our second unit. And we came back really nice in the second half of the game there. Boucher was just going off at the end of the game. Clutch buckets, man. This guy is just a clutch machine when it comes down to crunch time. A couple big time threes. You could just tell he wanted the ball in his hands. Anytime Lugens Dort would score, he just say, give me that ball, I'm going to go put it home. And it was a crazy battle in the first half, and then Boucher got the best of him in the second half there with a couple clutch buckets to seal the deal at the end. So really nice game from the Raptors. Glad they hung on. I was sitting on the edge of my seat, man. I was like, gosh, we can't lose this one, boys. Especially after getting handed to them. In the last game we played, when we never really had any center depth. Big difference this time, right? You got more boards than them. We're able to protect the paint a little bit better. And overall, a nice game. So, big win. We needed that win, especially with a tough schedule coming up. A lot of good teams coming up in the next couple weeks before the end of the season here. It's not going to be easy. I think I counted yesterday, you guys. I think we got 14 left. I included the 15 with the game yesterday, but 10 of those 15 games are teams that have a better record than us. So we're going to be in for it here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to have to play top-notch basketball, really hard defense. We got Brooklyn coming up next game. I'm sure you guys already seen that KD went out again. I think he strained his hamstring again. Not sure if it's the same leg as where he had his Achilles injury. I would assume so, but it's possible that it's not. It's tough to say when he'll be back. I'd be shocked if they even try and bring him back before the season's over, maybe for like a game or two. James Harden's still out with a hamstring strain as well. So this should be a good opportunity for the Raptors to seize the day here. They don't have a good defense. We already know that, so we should be able to go into Brooklyn and wreak some havoc, to say the least. Excited for that game coming up in a couple days here and see if we can keep the flow rolling, man. 3-game win streak. Nice game from the Raptors last night. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. What do you think is going to happen in the next game? You think we got a chance at beating Brooklyn? Please like, comment, subscribe if you feel free to. And once again, guys, this is Nizzy with Nizzy Sports Chat signing off. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.